ne sera pas commenté et que normalement une prochaine vidéo sur le mode Mon Parc, elle devrait l'être. Donc si jamais ça vous intéresse, le gameplay soit commenté, dites-le moi, puis je le ferai quoi. Allez, c'est bonne vidéo.
Seventh spot in the Eastern Conference.
And Kevin, they know how to beat this team. We saw that in their first meeting. So we've got to see if they can do it again, sweep this season series and give that club something to think about.
Yeah, you know what? I expect them to come out and attack the same way, Steve. I mean, they did it the last time. If it was good enough then, why not now?
And now the New York Knicks starters. Miller is the 3 and Murray is at the 4. Calderon is out there with the Mon Shumpert. And it's Dallenberg in at the pivot, manning the middle. Thomas with the ball. A really disappointing game for him in that loss to Atlanta.
New York Knicks were ranked as the NBA's most valuable franchise recently, and the team value skyrocketed. Knicks came in at around $1 billion. That's a B. Billion.
On defense, the Suns, they're coming into this game off that recent loss to Atlanta.
And it's hard to point out anything that they did well in that loss. The game never got out of hand, but they were pretty shaky across the board.
And Steve, you know how optimistic and positive I am, and I had a tough time finding anything positive either. I mean, my goodness, they did keep it somewhat close. I guess that's the best I can say at this point.
Well, what's the old saying? If you can't say something nice about someone, don't say anything at all. Well, nice way there to get your first basket of the game.
Knicks on offense, and moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors.
You know, on an ordinary night, I think they would have come out on top in that game. That's how well they played, but they just happened to run into a club that was playing at the top of its game.
And Steve, I think they get the win if that game had been at home instead of on the road.
Suns have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Bledsoe passes to Green. Back to Bledsoe. Good ball movement here by the Suns. Ball is with the screen on Calderon. And the wide open shot from Bledsoe. No good off the back of the rim.
Well, with that much space off the pick, you've got to drop that in.
Yeah, you got to make that one. I mean, that's a high-quality shot you should make 9 out of 10 times.
Calderon, no good. New York on D. Thomas kicks to Wallace. Bledsoe dishes to Wallace. The feed to Morris. 9 feet out. Second chance effort. Stoudemire grabs the miss. Here's Calderon. Right now averaging 11 points a game. Shumpert, no good. And here is Wallace. Bledsoe outside. Kicks it to Morris. Bledsoe outside. Off the screen. Here's Wallace, and he uses the glass on the way.
Take the ground running here in the first, putting together a nice quarter offensively.
New York's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Now let's find out what head coach Derek Fisher had to say to DB. Doris?
Kevin, he thinks this team is such a tight-knit group that it's starting to get to the point where they can read each other's minds. They'll see a guy cutting without even looking up, and it's a lot of fun to watch. Hopefully, the fun will continue, guys.
Doris, appreciate the report. See early on here how coaches focus on their shot selection comes to fruition, guys.
Well, the way we'll see it is if they're getting good ball movement and setting good screens and running their half-court sets the way they can.
Well, that's the way you get high-quality shots. That's where they come from. Those things you just talked about, Steve, no question.
But the drive to the bucket, finger roll finish, beautiful.
New York trailing.
Well, there's got to be something about Washington producing these 5'9" guards. Whether you're talking Nate Robinson or Isaiah Thomas, they both can fill it up in a hurry. And they both play the game with the confidence and swagger of a power forward.
On the wing, Green. Addition out to Wallace. Again, Phoenix. Here's Shumpert. He hasn't put up any points in this one.
Well, Isaiah Thomas, not the dunker that Nate Robinson is. Really good finisher around the rim despite his small stature. Able to make mid-air adjustments. Has that great touch using creative angles with a shot blocker.
Whatever their plan was defensively that time, it didn't work. Not if it results in that shot.
Pass to Green. Feeds to Wallace. Ball's not loose. Stoudemire outside. Now here's Calderon. He feeds it to Stoudemire. 6 to shoot. The 10-footer. That one wide left. And Isaiah Thomas, a natural skill, but also a willing passer. He's trying to find that balance mark between the two.
Kevin, there's always a place for anybody that can put the ball in the bucket with regularity. Improve as a passer, sure. His game, off of his scoring ability, he's able to set up other people.
Knicks trailed by 5. Here's Calderon. He kicks to Stoudemire. And it's a defensive 3-second violation. New York shooting their 3rd free throw attempt of the game. And so he hits the technical free throw.
Well, Jose Calderon, a huge boost offensively at point guard. He's a terrific floor general, sets up his teammates nicely, takes good care of the ball. He's a top-tier marksman. In the NBA, we call those guys lasers. He can do it off the bounce or spotting up. Good open look, and he splashes home the 3.
Suns have gotten 6 of 11 shots to go down so far. Pretty nice shooting. Thomas kicks to Morris. Wallace right side. Takes the 13-footer, and it's Phoenix scoring again.
Superb assist there. He played the role of the maestro on that one.
Knicks trailed by 3. Calderon kicks to Shumpert. Anthony sets the pick for Shumpert. Shoots from the elbow. Stoudemire kicks to Dallenberg. And the pass to Shumpert. New York moving the ball around. Here's the 3. Anthony, the pass to Stoudemire. And they had their chances. 2 offensive rebounds, but they still come up empty. The drive by Green. Soft touch off the glass. Green's got 5.
And they've set up countless buckets off assists. That's a huge part of what they've been doing here today.
A lot of dimes dropping going on out there, Steve.
Now here's Anthony. He had a 39-point outing in the last game against the Warriors in Oakland.
Yeah, guys, it seemed like he spent about half the game shooting free throws. We credit him for his aggressive play.
Suns leading by 3. Thomas kicks to Green. Thomas off a pick from Wallace. And it's Bledsoe off the drive. And it's sent big from Tallenberg.
You're hot. And that's certainly been the case for Wallace. 8 rebounds and also an assist. Imposing his will right from the word go.
Well, if you can, you always want to get off to a start like this. It's easier said than done, however.
Phoenix making some changes. Marcus Morris is checked in for Morris. Warren comes in for Gerald Green. And it's Dragic in for Eric Bledsoe. And a new group in for the Knicks. Jason Smith, he's checked in for Dallin. Smith comes in for Amari Stoudemire. Hardaway's checked in for Shumpert. And it's Pablo Prigioni in for Jose Calderon. Here's Warren. Great use of the pick to create room for the jumper. Warren's got his first basket.
That was an outstanding pick that gave him the room to bury the jump shot. Underrated, but not undervalued.
Anthony dishes to Prigioni. Smith with a screen on Thomas. Prigioni passes to Carmelo. Low block shot on the way. And there's another one for the Knicks.
Well, he's so hard to stop, guys, because he poses a ton of matchup problems for the defense.
Thomas kicks the wall. Outside for Thomas. Wallace with a screen for Thomas. Wallace attacking. Good, and the assist goes to Thomas. And 11 points for Wallace.
You know, he's showing some kind of killer instinct this quarter, trying to stretch this lead out.
He only dishes to Smith. All the way against Dragic. Smith the best to Smith. Can change shot. Phoenix grabs the miss. Wallace has got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. He dishes it to Warren. From deep. It's rebounded by New York. Anthony's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Passes to Prigioni and stolen by Wallace. It's Dragic with the drive. Cleans it up and in on the nice reverse. Now it's a 6-point Phoenix lead.
Well, they've settled into their offense very quickly here today.
Yeah, they're zoned in, making the most out of their possessions here.
Anthony with the screen on Thomas. Smith kicks to Prigioni. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And it's Smith penetrating. That's good.
The entire defense was frozen-footed. Nobody picked up the shooter, Captain.
24 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Thomas off a pick from Wallace. And the basket by Thomas.
The second he got around the pick and shook his man, it was straight to the bucket for the easy deuce. Very, very well done.
He only dishes to Carmelo. From 15 feet away, and it's Phoenix with the rebound.
You just assume he's going to knock those down. He's as open as he was there.
Thomas, so an open look. And that concludes the first quarter of play. The Suns on top, up by 6.
Coming up this Tuesday, March 17th, Tim Duncan and the San Antonio Spurs.
And we return to the specialized jerseys on display. For Phoenix, Wallace is checked in for Plumlee. Markieff Morris comes in for Alex Len. Gerald Green, he's checked in for Morris. And Thomas subbed in for Eric Bledsoe. And a new group in for the Knicks. Carmelo Anthony is checked in for Stoudemire. Mon Shumpert has come in for Smith. Pablo Prigioni is checked in for Tim Hardaway Jr. It's Calderon in for Shane Larkin. Wallace, he's in at 7. Green outside with Morris at the 4. Dragic is out there with Thomas. Who's out there for Phoenix. Wallace attacking. So the whistle blows on the shot. 2 free throws for the contact right there. Now, as usual, a lot of offense in the NBA is being generated from the The small forward position this season. Here are the league's best at that position. Third is Carmelo Anthony.
Those are some tremendous athletes, as we're used to seeing at that spot on the floor. They can pretty much all give phenomenal individual performances on any given night.
And most nights, that's exactly what they do. Every team wants and needs scoring from the small forward position. All of the players on that list provide it.
A chance here to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Hi, Kevin. Well, as you know, Isaiah Thomas has had to work his whole life. He's been overlooked at nearly every level, but just uses it to fuel his play. Thomas said, I just play my heart out. That's how I've known how to play since day one. I've always been the smallest guy on the court every time I've been on it. It's no different. I just like to play hard. Guys, back to you.
Not the biggest guy, but boy, he is quick, Doris. I think that's one of his advantages. Now Calderon. 6 points for him. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. On the wing, Shumpert. Back to Calderon. Shot clock at 6. Shumpert, no good.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady work they've been doing on the interior. No question. I think the main reason they have this lead.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Here's Prehio. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Dishes to Calderon. Pass to Anthony. The turnaround jumper. Count it. Carmelo Anthony, one of the league's elite scorers, no doubt.
No question about it, Kevin. He's really versatile as a player. Back you down because he's strong. He's not stronger than people realize. He can pump the best of them, and he can face you up. He's got the quick release. He can pull up off the dribble. He can catch and shoot. He can post. He can get to the offensive glass. I think he's become a much more consistent threat from long range as well. So that's why he's got a career scoring average of around 25 a game.
Suns have gone 9 of 13 from the line.
Well, impressive free throw shooting as a team this season, right around that 78%.
And that's a little better than they did last year from the free throw line.
J.R. Smith's checked in for the Knicks. 1:49 left to play here in the second quarter. Dione passes to Smith. Now the feed to Anthony. Rebound by Wallace. Wallace has got 13 rebounds in the game. Conceded.
Well, you look at Carmelo Anthony. It's a quick release. Defenders have to play in post, but then he has the quickness and the strength, along with the ball handling, to get by his man and get right to the rim. No question, he's really difficult to come by.
And here's Smith. Coming in off a 10-point game his last outing. There's a good screen. Here's Calderon, and it's blocked by Wallace.
An 8-rebound advantage like the one they have now is always going to swing the score hard in that team's direction.
And that's certainly been the case today. Their rebounding has made a huge difference.
And the wide open shot from Warren, and it's off from three-point range.
And the question for Carmelo Anthony is a hard one to answer. When will he win that first title? He might not. There's no guarantees that just because you're a great player that you're going to win an NBA title. He was the 3rd pick in 2003. He is the only player among those top 5 picks yet to win a ring. I'm sure it's a motivating factor, but it takes more than motivation to win one of those rings.
Step back on that one and let it fly. Calderon's got 7 points for the quarter.
That's a nice hoop for a guy that typically doesn't score a lot.
Outside Thomas, right wing. Warren kicks to Wallace. The jump hook, good. Wallace has got 17 now.
It seems like they're finding an open lane to the hoop every time down. 5 buckets in a row for them in the paint.
Yeah, on the flip side, Steve, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior.
Calderon for 3. No luck.
It seems like he's got every single rebound today.
Flat, a dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close. The Suns on top, ending the second quarter on a 12-4 run. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Certainly good numbers from you shooting the ball in the first half. What has been your approach on offense?
I'm just trying to let the game come to me. When I don't try to force it on offense.
Hey guys, great execution in the first half, but we still have a few things to talk about before we go back.
A runaway game. It's been a clinic out there by Big Daddy.
Yeah, we have, Kevin, and that's exactly what this team needed from him. He's been terrific.
And you know what, Steve? A double-double in 2 quarters to play, guys. I mean, that's nothing to complain about.
And New York looking at who they've got. Melo outside the 3 with Amari down at power forward. Calderon at the 1. Hardaway Jr. at the 2. And it's D'Alembert in at the 5 down low. Against Calderon. Good, and the assist goes to Hardaway. Calderon's got the opening bucket to start the second half for the Knicks. Phoenix leading by 16. And Thomas, here we go. Morris dishes to Wallace. Shot is off. Now the Knicks take it the other way. Calderon kicks to Stoudemire. The dish to Hardaway. D'Alembert sets a screen for Calderon. D'Alembert with a screen on Thomas. Layup off the pin. Nice shot by D'Alembert.
He's really stood out for his club today. Even though they're struggling a little bit, he's doing his part.
Thomas goes in. Knocks down the 10-footer. Thomas got 10 points. Knicks trail by 16. Right around a minute and a half played here in the third quarter. Calderon passes to D'Alembert. Calderon dishes to Anthony. And there's another one for the Knicks.
And yeah, they're moving the ball now. 8 of their last 10 points coming off assisted buckets.
Steve, nothing makes a coach smile as much as pure, selfless teamwork.
Thomas kicks to Wallace. Again, and the layup is up and in. Wallace has got 19 points.
Well, that's how you pick up second chance points. Stay active, be energetic, and react as soon as the shot goes up.
Stoudemire, the pass to Hardaway. And with that, the Phoenix lead is cut back down to 14 after they get the hoop from Anthony.
I tell you what, fellas, we're seeing some really good ball movement out there.
Yeah, well, 10 of their last 12 points have come off of assists.
Wallace kicks to Morris. Out to Wallace. In the corner, it's Morris. The jump shot from the baseline is right on target. Morris has got 7 points.
Well, there you go. If you're going to continue to give up open jump shots, you're not going to get back into this game.
Shumpert is checked in for Jose Calderon. Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Hi, Kevin. Derek Fisher was just... to ensure he's the one in charge out there, with the ball in his hands and the rest of the players falling in line behind him. Well, they need to make something happen before the start of the fourth quarter, and maybe those changes will do the trick, Kevin.
Thanks again, Doris.
Amari Stoudemire still an efficient scorer, attacking the rim. Problems have been at the defensive end of the floor, where last season he fouled 4 times more than he blocked a shot. Not a great ratio. So he's got to continue to work defensively.
And Amari, he's owed around $35 million over this season and next.
And that's a huge contract. Still a great scorer, but as we discussed, he's got to defend at a better level, rebound at a higher rate, to command more minutes on this team, and we'll see if he can make that happen.
And that one's good. That's 12 points for Isaiah Thomas.
I tell you, he's really carrying a lot of the load offensively. That's almost always good news for them.
And Shumpert kicks to Hardaway. Pass to Shumpert. Feeds it to Stoudemire. To the left side wing. Outside Shumpert. Lets it go from deep. New York, no good that time either.
control in this game.
Yeah, they've got some strong guys, Steve. Guys that are strong and well put together, and they've used that strength to their advantage down low.
Thomas dishes to Green. Always with the ball. Now Stoudemire defending. Thomas. He's hit again. Wallace. Wallace has got 21 in the game.
I'll tell you what, he has been wreaking havoc out there the last couple of games.
Hardaway passes to Anthony. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two. Well, folks, tonight a great rebounding game we're watching in progress. And now, with that in mind, let's take a look at the all-time record for rebounds in a single game. How about Wilt Chamberlain with 55 rebounds back on November 24th, 1960.
That's a record that I'd always thought would stand forever. No one's come close to it for decades.
Catching up on the changes for Phoenix. Plumlee, who's checked in for Marquise Morris. Marcus Morris comes in for Gerald Green. And it's Dragic in for Isaiah Thomas. And Shumpert pulls it down. Knicks trailed by 17. Kicks it to Stoudemire. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
No matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball in the paint.
That's been so critical, Clark, because whenever they have gotten the ball into the paint, it's resulted in points, it seems like.
Morgan's checked in for Anthony. They get it back. Wallace lays it up and puts it in. Wallace has got 23 points.
Boy, where was the box out? Too easy on that second chance opportunity.
Yeah, no box out is what happened there. Those kind of mistakes on the glass will kill a team.
Hardaway kicks to Shumpert. Back to Hardaway. Shot is off. Nice defense from Wallace.
Steve, not only is their lead big, their advantage on the boards is huge too.
Yeah, well deserved. They have worked their tails off on the glass.
Miles Plumlee, Steve, buried on the bench in his rookie season with Indiana. The Suns saw something in him, and they would not sign off on the Luis Scola trade without Plumlee coming back in the deal.
Well, it was a good move on their part. Plumlee stepped into their starting center position, played very well, and has a bright future, really, in Phoenix because he fits right into what they're trying to do.
And New York making a change here. Smith has checked in. Hardaway dishes to Smith. Smith right side from 11 feet away. Gets the best to Plumlee. Here's Wallace. Phoenix no good that time either. Knicks trailed by 18. Now the pass to Larkin. Dishes it to Smith. Some nice passing by New York here. Here's Stoudemire. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. Victory eluded them last time in New York when they took on the Knicks.
They played a very physical game last time they got together. It had a lot to do with them coming away empty. Too many key players in foul trouble by the time the fourth quarter came around. That sort of epitomized this game as one team going all out, getting rebounds and putbacks, and the other team just dragging.
Here's Larkin. Out of bounds. Phoenix will take possession. And Clark, Steve just touched on it. There are some players that can't afford to be missing late in games. And that's what happened the last time these two teams met.
And you know what, guys? To avoid that this time around, you've got to turn the heat down a little bit on the aggressive. Idle it down just enough. Because if you don't, an opponent can make that work against you.
Looking at who's out there now for the Knicks.
The end of the
Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
How about the creativity, guys? Terrific vision to pick out that pass and set up the basket.
Some serious great. So it's both teams making substitutions here. New York's gone 3 of 4 from downtown here in the fourth. Marcus Morris is out there with Warren. Then it's Archie Goodwin. Then it's Alex Len. And it's Ennis in at the point. That's who's out there for Phoenix.
He can be a forgotten man in their offense sometimes, but the defense still needs to keep an eye on him.
Wallace is checked in too late. Phoenix has gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight and nailed 5 of them. Now, here is Morris. Covered by Anthony. That's good from Wallace on that assist by Morris. 31 points for Wallace.
What a top-notch game he's having. He's gotten them in front, and it sure seemed like he's going to keep them there. All by himself, it looks like.
Now, here's Calderon. J.R. Smith on the wing. Calderon is screen on Wallace. Off the screen.
J.R. Smith, a guy who can take your breath away with his talent one moment and then exasperate you the next. Unbelievable talent, but he can be erratic offensively, especially with his shot selection.
J.R. Smith hits them both.
Checking out the game J.R. Smith is having. He's got 10 points, and from long range, he's hit 1 3-pointer.
Yeah, and you'd expect by the end of this game, I'm sure the numbers are going to get even better.
Now Calderon.
You know, guys, every coach would love to play his star player every minute of an NBA season, but it's impossible given the limits of endurance and the risk of injury. It's basically a balancing act. I think teams are becoming wiser though, in terms of keeping players fresh and helping them recover between games. Yeah, so close to picking that pass off, guys.
At least he got a hand on it. He did what he needed to do to make sure it didn't hit the target.
Larkin is checked in for New York. Stolen by Warren. And here's Ennis. Pass to Wallace. Second shot opportunity. No luck. Good work defensively by Smith. The Knicks have gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Strong work at that end of the floor. Here's Goodwin. Feeds it to Ennis. Here's Morris. So the wing on the left. Too long in the paint. He's hit with a 3-second violation. And the technical free throw, missing that time. They'll retain possession.
Great job shutting him down.
Again. Phoenix has gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. Ennis passes to Wallace. Inside, deflects the pass. Smith drives in. D'Alembert dishes to Smith. Kicks it to D'Alembert. Smith the pass to Anthony. Some nice passing by New York here. Another shot. And another shot. Nice shot by D'Alembert.
The offensive execution really well done. They got the ball in tight for the high percentage shot.
Phoenix has gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight and nailed 5 of them. Anthony no one around. And then comes off the assist by Calderon. Calderon's got 6 assists here tonight.
You know, he's knocking down his shots today, but it hasn't really translated to the scoreboard yet.
There's 1:54 left in the fourth quarter. And Samuel D'Alembert picks up the foul.
You heard talk last year of the NBA perhaps considering adding a 4-pointer as a shot. Something you only really see in celebrity games and charity. It certainly have had a huge impact if it was implemented, but I think that would be a reach, folks. Let's stay with the 3-pointer.
Warren's checked in for Phoenix. Pablo Prigioni, he's checked in for New York. Shane Larkin comes in for Jose Calderon. Anthony can't hit.
Tell you what, folks, I bet he won't miss that shot next time he takes it.
And guys, to be clear, that 4-point line was really just something talked about, whispered about. No real traction, as this is even a remote possibility. At one point, however, the same was said about the 3-point shot. Now, it's a huge part of the game.
I don't buy it, though, Kevin. I just can't imagine a 4-point shot. It would seem to just destroy everything that had built up over the course of the game if you just allow a guy to shoot a half quarter for 4 points to win the game. I don't see this happening.
This has been a one-sided affair.
Man, they've done a really nice job of extending their lead, Kevin. And guys, with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who's watched it. I mean, just a total mismatch in a true show of strength for the Suns.
Agreed, Steve, and as one-sided as it gets today. You know, Clark, there were some dominant moments in there about every facet of this game for that team.
You're right, Kevin. It's hard to think of anything that didn't go right for them. I mean, game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was spot on.
And for the year now, they'll ramp up their win total to an even 40.
You know, they wanted this win badly, guys. A loss would have meant a sweep in the season series.
I agree. They did not want that to happen. Even against opponents outside your conference, who you only see twice a year, getting swept is not a good feeling.
And you have to look back at this and see what a huge game it's been for Big Daddy. He was extremely efficient offensively, getting looks, knocking down big shots all game long.
To the inside. Goodwin with the steal. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Wallace inside. D'Alembert covering. Warren kicks to Ennis. On the wing, Wallace. Rebound by Smith. Anthony with it. D'Alembert sets a screen for Anthony. Off target with that shot. And so it's Phoenix easily grabbing this one. They put on a show tonight, thoroughly controlling each end of the floor.
Hey, what more can you ask?
And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Congratulations on the win and leading the way in terms of the points production. How were you able to create shots for yourself?
My hardest to sell everything I through. A lot of times you can just go through the motions and stuff, but if you work hard to celebrate, you can open up space like I was able to. Yo, I can make a living now having to work with my action skills. Hey, for real. I thought that was you, man.
Hey, man. Good game.
Hey, thanks. Maybe I'll catch you later?
Maybe.